Morning, everyone. We're nearly at the end of the block of work that we've done on Beyond the Lines. And tomorrow, you're finally going to write your poem. So today, you're going to be preparing for it and thinking about what content you are going to include. But before you do that, I want you to go away and watch the film again, the Beyond the Lines film. I have attached it again so you can find it easily. You don't need to go rummaging around trying to find it. Okay, so make sure you watch that and then come back and watch the rest of me. Have you seen it? Excellent. Right, quick warm-up. Task 1 is about antonyms. What is an antonym? No, it's not a word with the same meaning. It's a word with the opposite meaning. And sometimes I know it can be quite tricky to remember that. So we can have a word. And it's antonym. Notice it's spelt with a Y to make the it sound at the end, antonym. Right, what I'm asking you to do is find 6 words that you could use to describe any of the scenes within the film. Okay, and for each of those 6 words, I want you to provide an antonym. So I'll give you some ideas. Hope. There's definitely hope in that film. Now, what would the opposite be of hope? You hope that something might happen. I know. What about this? Despair. You despair that something will never happen. Can you see they have the opposite meaning? What about one more? Pride. We've definitely come across some pride here, haven't we? When you're proud of something you've done. But what's the opposite of being proud? What if you're really unproud, which isn't a word, but what would that be? Shame. If you're not proud of something you've done and you're really the opposite of that, you could be embarrassed by it, ashamed of it. So the feeling you would have would be shame. Okay? So we can see there you need to think very carefully about the opposite meaning. So I'd like you to do 6 of those for me, please. So it shouldn't take you too much time. Then the second task, you don't need to write anything. The second task is a thinking and possibly talking to your family as well. So there is a little photo on your work. And we're going to say that's the grandfather from the film. Okay, many, many years later. He's standing there in his uniform saluting. And I want you to think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. It might be really good to ask your family as well. How do you think the grandfather might have felt about war? Big question. And he might have very conflicting feelings. He might be really proud of what he's done for his country. He might despair about all the lives that were lost. He might hope that the country isn't put in that situation again. Lots and lots of different ideas. There's no right and wrong here. This is for you to discuss with yourself, give yourself a talking to, or with your family. Why did he have that box of letters in the attic? Were they all his? Or if not, who did they belong to? Why did he keep them all those years? It was a long time ago, the war. And what do you think the letters contained? Again, none of these have a right and a wrong answer. This depends partly on your own feelings, but also on your imagination and how you think this gentleman would feel. And finally, you're going to actually plan for your poem tomorrow. So it's going to be about the emotions and memories of war, okay? Now, to help you, I have got a planner for you, okay? And it's broken down. You're going to write 2 stanzas for me. And for each one, there are boxes to think about the theme of the stanza, the emotive language to include. Now, I'm also attaching a vocabulary sheet to the assignment. And the vocabulary could be really helpful with this. There's a box to put rhyming word pairs in. Remember, the poem we looked at was an A-B rhyming pattern, so alternate lines rhymed. So you might want to think about suitable rhyming words you might get in your poem. Magpieing, pinching, stealing. It's always good. What language from How to Die could you magpie? Could you maybe tweak and put into your own work? And also there's another box for what figurative devices you're going to use. We've spent all this time looking at figurative devices. Think about shampoo. Now's your time to show off. Now's your time to show me what you've learned and what you can now do with figurative devices. Okay? Now, to really give you a hand, on the other side is a completed one. Obviously, it's not completed for your poem, but it's completed and it will give you an idea of what I'm looking for, and also an idea to get you started and get you pointed in the right direction. As always, I'm here if you need to chat it through or ask me any questions. Feel free to do so, and I will see you tomorrow for the final instalment of Beyond the Lines. See you then. Bye.